Inflation has impacted many areas of our lives, such as gas, home, and grocery prices, but it has also impacted the cost of dating. Infla-Dating is a new trend where couples go on less expensive dates due to the rise in prices and everyday expenses. From walks in the park to cheaper dinner ideas, the cost of dating is now having to take a creative turn. But luckily, we have Ted Jenkins here with us today to talk about Infla-Dating and what this means for the dating scene right now. And Ted, tell us, what is Infla-Dating, and are people actually overextending themselves financially on the dating scene?
Yeah, well, good to see you, Holly. Look, in this term, infla-dating, which you're going to hear more of, it's really just a way to describe going on lower cost dates, as you talked about, while we still have rising and spiking prices in food and drink and just going out overall. We saw last week that inflation was still north of 7%, but a lot of people that are in the dating scene realize that dining out and entertainment is still at double-digit growth. What's interesting is that 22% of all millennials right now say dating is making me broke, and 85% of all millennials right now are saying, you know what, it's okay to go on a lower cost date. It's costing the average person more than $100 a night to go out, and it's costing the average dater more than $3,000 across America over the course of a year in their budget, and in urban areas that can be double or triple. So it's expensive right now for dating, with inflation being high.
Wow. Okay, so what are some of the most popular types of dating ideas within this new trend? What can people do to sort of save money?
I mean, it's so interesting because in this study, 1 out of 2 millennials and Gen Zs, basically, they actually suggest going on a lower cost date. And some of them have actually resorted to doing their first date on something like this, a Zoom or a video call over a cup of coffee. But permitting weather, you're seeing people taking hikes or walks in the park. You're seeing people going to farmers markets. They're going to free concerts or free art museums. They're having a cup of coffee at a local coffee shop. A lot of people now are swapping out dinner for breakfast or brunch because it's a little bit cheaper, and people are actually trying their hand at dive bars as well. It's not an end-all be-all list, but people are trying to find a way to stretch their dollar in their wallets while they go out and date.
So do you think this trend, though, is here to stay, too? Even if the economy gets better, people are looking for less expensive ways to get together? Or do you think the trend of splitting the bill should be the next trend? What's coming down the line?
Well, I think it's probably proper protocol before the date that you should decide who's going to pay for it. Either tell your date, I'm going to pay for the date, or ask them if they're willing to split the tab. But I do think the trend will be here to stay for a while. But unfortunately, when you look at social media, so many people lead their lives on social media like they're having the life of Riley with their money. You shouldn't be afraid to tell people you're just budget strapped right now. And I wouldn't worry about being seen as a cheap date overall. Look, if the price tag is the most important part of your date, you might have to question where the relationship is headed in the long term, especially if money's the only reason that you're dating.
You know, it's so true words. Ted Jenkins, thank you so much. We're glad to have you here, and great advice.